Subtracting across zeros. Today your learning target is I can subtract across zeros. And you'll know you're successful today when you can regroup when there's more on the floor and regroup zero correctly. All right, so let's practice subtracting across zeros with this first problem. We have 346 and we have 700. So when I subtract, remember my big number always goes on top. So I have 700 minus 346. And I'm going to ask myself, just like I always do when I look at the ones place, do I have more on top or more on the floor? Well, I definitely have more on the floor, so I'm going to go next door and get some more. But oh my goodness, can I take anything from that zero to give to my zero to make it a bigger number? No. So you know what? I got to go next door again and get some more from that number because I can't take anything from zero. So if I take 1 away from the 7, that's a 6. And now I have a 10 in my ones place. But let's solve this problem that we have in our tens place right now. It's a 0 and I crossed it off, and what do I have to turn it into? Well, in my head, I'm going to pretend that that was a 10. So when I crossed off that 0, that is a 9 now, okay? Now that was the 0 I crossed off. It's a 9 now. And now, do I have more on top or more on the floor? If I look at my ones place, there's no need to stop because there's more on top. If I look at my tens place, there's also more on top, so there's no need to stop. And same with my hundreds. So I'm good to go. Let's subtract. 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 4 is 5. And then what's 6 minus 3? 3. Nice job. So we have 354. So I'm going to have us practice one more together. If you see a 0, just 1 0 in the problem, and this time it's going to be in the tens place. So I will show you that one now. So with this problem, I have 608 minus 114. This time I have a 0 in the middle of our problem. So not like the last one where I had 2 zeros, but I have 1 0, and I put it in the middle this time so that you can see it's different if my zero, my first 0, I should say, is in the tens place. Because last time my first 0 was in the hundreds place, right? I mean in the ones place, excuse me, right? The ones place because it was right here. But there's an 8 there this time, not a 0. So, as always, let's start in our ones place. And let's get started. Is there more on top or more on the floor on my ones place? Ooh, there's more on top. So there's no need to stop. I can do 8 minus 4, and that is 4. Now let's go to the tens place. Is there more on top or more on the floor? Uh-oh. A 0 and a 1. There's more on the floor, so I got to go next door and get some more. Take 1 from the 6 and make it a 5. And now that we took 1 from the 5, that's a 10. And then I can do that. 10 minus 1 is 9. And then we have 5 minus 1, and that's 4. So I should have 494. Let's do one more, and I want you to do this together as a class, or if you're a remote student, please, after I give you the problem, pause the problem so that you can try it. So this is the problem I would like you to try on your own or with your teacher if you are in class. So this is a great time to pause the problem and try this one on your own. Okay, I'm going to do this problem because by now you should have done the problem on your own or with your class. So let's get started. We're going to start with our ones place as we always do. And I'm going to look at the ones place, the top and the floor. Is there more on top or more on the floor? There's more on the floor, so I got to go next door and get some more. Oh, but remember, I have a problem. I can't take 1 from 0 to give that to that 2. So now I got to go next door and get some more from the 4. because that's the next number that's not a 0, the next place value over. So now that I took 1 from the 4, it's a 3, and the 2 becomes a 12. Remember, I'm going to say that that 0 in the middle is like a 10. So if I cross off a 10, what's 1 less than 10? A 9. So that's what my regrouping should look like, and now I can subtract. So 12 minus 6, what did you get? You should have gotten 6. And then 9 minus 4, I got 5. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So your answer should have been 156. Remember, your learning target today is I can subtract across zeros, and you'll know you're successful when you can regroup when there's more on the floor and regroup 0 correctly.